Today I'm going to show you 5 things that I wish I knew about the Binding of Isaac when I first started playing. So the first thing I want to show you is all about making these bridges. And these bridges are pretty much, you have no way across a chasm and you want to get across to the loot that's on the other side. And the way to make these chasms is by bombing these rocks in the direction of the chasm, and it'll make a bridge. So pretty much what I want to show you real quickly is a demonstration of me bombing this rock and it makes a bridge and a secret room apparently, and now I can get across to the loot. But I also want to show you that you can actually do the same thing with poop, and because you could do that with poop, any item that allows you to poop, if you place it directly next to a chasm, you'll be able to get across. So if I bomb this, I can now walk across. Be careful with any of the stones that have spikes built into them, because the spikes will still be there and you'll take damage. Just so you know, you could do the same thing with mushrooms. So if these mushrooms were here, I could bomb and make a chasm if it made sense, of course. Doesn't make sense in this room, so I'm going to go back to the other room. And this leads us into our second tip of this video, and that is getting past these spikes. Now, this is more of an advanced technique, so get some practice with it, but don't be afraid if you get hit at the beginning. You kind of want to ease yourself into this one. If you angle yourself correctly, you can get past these spikes diagonally. You can do it the exact same thing in the devil room. You can do it pretty much anywhere in this game that has spikes. And you just have to kind of like ease your way up towards it. I'm way better at going from bottom right to top left than I am in going in any other direction. And yeah, just be very careful with this one. And as you get a little bit better at the game, you're going to be able to do it without having to think about it. So I'm actually going to go and try and get that pill and that trinket item right now. As I said, I'm way better at doing this bottom right to top left. So I do struggle a little bit when I'm going up to the right. Oh, that was very close. And yeah, as you can see, I'm out of there. So you can do this through the spikes. And just to show you an example of using an item like relax to get across a bridge, like in my first tip, I'm going to use my relax here, and I would have been able to bomb that or that. I'm not wasting my last bomb just to show it one more time, but I'd be able to get across using relax. So I want to show you a run saving piece of information here, and that is when you have Dark Bum. For anyone who doesn't know which one of these minions is Dark Bum, you'll see it when we get into the next room. He'll go straight for the red hearts. On these floors, the womb floors and the uterus floors, you can have a chance of getting a secret room with lots of red hearts. Now, he's actually after doing my tip already for anyone who's eagle-eyed here. But what happens is if you go into this heart room and you allow him to pick up the red hearts, but then you allow him to get back to you, he'll only drop red hearts. But if you leave the room quickly, he will drop black hearts. So we're probably going to waste this lover's card here just for demonstration purposes. But while you're in this room, he can't drop any other form of hearts except for red hearts. He can drop pills, he can drop a couple of other things, but he can't drop red hearts. So I'm going to use this, but I'm going to stay in the room and hopefully he'll drop a heart for me, and you'll see that it'll be red. So he's going to pick up all 3 of those. I haven't left the room, and he's going to drop a pill and another red heart. Then he's going to drop another pill. So we've got some pills at least. But unfortunately, if you want black hearts, you're going to have to come out here. And just to be clear, if you are in a room that isn't that specific special room or secret room, he will drop black hearts for you. Well, if you're in a normal room, there are other rooms where you have to be careful. But in this instance, we're just talking about that super secret room. So the next tip I want to give you is another potential run saving tip. And that is when you find a library. Now, I'm going to be very specific here and say this is all about Polaroid, but there's other ways to do this on the earlier floors. You just have to learn as you play. What I'm going to show you is one small thing and one slightly bigger thing. The small thing that I'm going to tell you about this room is you're going to need to pick up 3 of these books in order to get the bookworm. But there's spikes in front of every one of these books. So what are you going to do? How are you going to get 3 of them? Now that bookworm part is for every library or any area that you're in books. If you pick up 3 books throughout your run, you'll get bookworm, which will sometimes give you double shot. But we also want these books just to use them and to win the run. We have with our Polaroid, we're going to gain a shield when we hit that spike. And we want to make sure that we pick up this book first. Then when the spike is about to run out, we're going to use this book to give us extra shield. And then we're going to be able to safely navigate the rest of the room with only losing 1 health, but also gaining a main book as well. It's a pity we have to put away the D6, but it's fine. So enough talking for me. Let me show it to you. So we're going to hit the spike on purpose. We're going to pick up the Book of Shadows. And I wasn't quick enough to pick up the second book, so I decided to bail out. But now I'm going to use the Book of Shadows in order to hit that. And technically, I didn't need to get the 3rd book, but I just wanted to show you that you have loads of time to get that. So the final tip of this video is I'm going to show you where to stand in the Isaac fight. Now, I wish I had more than 3 health for this, but hopefully we get through it. And hopefully using my own tactics, I'll be able to get through it. It's a lot harder to record and talk while playing this game than I thought it was going to be. Luckily, we have the Book of Invincibility to just keep us alive long enough for me to show you where to stand. And this is going to be subjective. I'm going to talk in absolutes here because I won't have time to show you all the varieties of places to stand. In the comment section, you can tell me where you stand, but I'm going to be telling you that this is the place to stand while we're in here. Obviously, very subjective. So let's do this. We're going to activate our invincibility and I'm going to attack the boss. So what I usually do in the first phase is I pretty much just stand here. Now, before they patched it and made this fight a little bit harder, this was the perfect place to stand. But now, unfortunately, he does crack this guy during the fight, which is going to more than likely hit me because it's going to put me under a lot of pressure in this little pocket that I'm in, and I'm pretty much just dodging up and down. However, when he does the full crack this guy, I like to stand in the bottom left or bottom right corner, and there's a very low chance that you're going to get hit if you stand in either of those quarters. So if you, for example, catch yourself up here, and then he decides to jump up and do crack this guy, run quickly down to the bottom left corner. There might be a chance I get hit here, okay? And if you are down here, for example, run very quickly to the bottom right corner, as so. And obviously, if you can get into the opposite direction of the crack this guy, that's much better and much safer. It was very hard for me to describe there where to stand when he was doing his tier attack. That's actually the easiest part of the fight. When he's doing his tier attack, just stand pretty much where the gap is in his tiers. It's very easy to pretty much stand on the same line as him and shoot. If you get very lucky, you won't have to move at all during that part, and you just stand there and shoot at him. The most important thing about that, in my opinion, was where to stand during Crack the Sky, because when he shoots the lasers, most people panic. I used to go up to the top, I used to stand next to the door, but it wasn't consistent, so now I just stand bottom left, bottom right, get down there as quickly as you can as soon as he jumps up into the air and tries to do Crack the Sky. So thank you very much for watching today's video. Let me know if you have any comments, let me know if you have any community notes on anything I mentioned today, and I'll see you again in the next video.